Let me begin by acknowledging the thousands of generations of traditional owners on whose lands we all gather. I'm delighted to see stories for Little Queenslanders come to life with authors and illustrators from across Queensland sharing their original stories and art as part of the First Five Forever initiative. Stories for Little Queenslanders has been created during an especially challenging year, so it is with absolute joy that I welcome this wonderful suite of new books to each and every Queensland library. Now more than ever, our own stories need to be told, and I acknowledge the contribution of the many talented Queenslanders whose work we can all enjoy. Along with offering hours of reading and visual delight for Queensland children and families, Stories for Little Queenslanders has generated employment opportunities for our creative sector, giving our local writers and artists a chance to shine. The Queensland Government invests $5 million annual ongoing funding to First Five Forever to provide early literacy foundations for Queensland children aged 0 to 5 years. Since its 2015 introduction through public libraries and Indigenous knowledge centres across the state, First Five Forever has given millions of children a great start to reading. I applaud Stories for Little Queenslanders in its aim to actively engage our youngest readers and look forward to reading them all. I hope you get the chance to enjoy them too.
I'm Vicky McDonald, State Librarian and CEO here at the State Library of Queensland. Let me begin with an acknowledgement of country. Here is the land, here is the sky, here are my friends, and here am I. I had an alphabet book as a child. It started with an antelope and ended with a zebra. Growing up on the Darling Downs, I was more familiar with sheep and the odd black snake, but the magic of books transported me to worlds beyond my wildest imagination. It is one of the many formative benefits that young children get from growing up surrounded by stories and books. It is no secret that sharing stories in the early years has a profoundly positive impact and one that lasts a lifetime. Faraway places are great to learn about, but we also need homegrown stories filled with familiar characters to build our own cultural identity. It is why we are especially excited to release the Stories for Little Queenslanders Children Picture Book series. The series is brought to you by First Five Forever, an early literacy initiative of the Queensland Government coordinated by State Library. It includes 12 new books, each one created by authors and illustrators with strong connections to Queensland. So our littlest readers can learn about antelopes and zebras like I did, but also about echidnas exercising in Emerald and koalas kayaking in Kingaroy. They can also engage with mischievous koalas or guitar-playing wallabies. Readers can count to 10 with animals from the reef, learn about bees, and spend the day with a farming family. The series also contains heartwarming stories about belonging and overcoming fear, and the real-life story of a cow swept away in the 2011 floods. There are also some wonderful stories from First Nations creators, revitalising words that have been spoken on country long ago. In what has been a challenging year for everyone, we are so proud to be part of this project. It is a significant investment in telling locally inspired stories and supporting authors and illustrators at a crucial time. The books have been created by emerging talent as well as some cherished household names. We can all be very proud of these beautiful books, which are available through State Library and the Queensland Public Library network of public libraries and Indigenous knowledge centres. There's more than 320 locations across the state. So wherever you are, look out for stories for Little Queenslanders on your library shelves and share them with your little ones.
Hey Laura, thanks for joining us today. Now, can you tell us a little bit about your role here at the Queensland State Library?
Sure. So my role is the Manager Early Literacy Programs, and my teams oversee the First Five Forever program, but also the on-site offer here at State Library for children and families.
Now, I've been hearing so much about First Five Forever. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. So First Five Forever is an initiative of the Queensland Government, coordinated by State Library and delivered in partnership with local government. The program builds on the research that shows parents are children's first and most important teacher, and it encourages early literacy development through talk, read, sing and play every day.
So, I guess that's why it was so important to publish these picture books for children?
Absolutely. Children learn best when they hear lots of words, and sharing stories is one of the key principles of First Five Forever.
Now, I know we are Queenslanders, so we're a little bit biased, but why are Queensland stories so special?
Well, being able to see yourself in a story builds a child's sense of confidence and develops their sense of place in the world. It connects them to other people. Stories with lots of diversity of place also show children how they fit in the world and build their cultural awareness.
Oh, it's so fantastic. Now, where can families get their hands on Stories for Little Queenslanders?
We're so excited to have them in every public library and Indigenous Knowledge Centre in Queensland. You can also get ebooks and audiobooks through the State Library website on First Five Forever. And if you haven't listened to an audiobook lately, we love them in the car. These ones are particularly fantastic.
Oh, it's so great. Now, the libraries are reopening. The State Libraries are such a fantastic resource for families and carers. How do you feel about them reopening?
Oh, we're so glad. An empty library just isn't the same. It's wonderful to be welcoming families back. We know libraries are inclusive, they're welcoming, they're a great place for families to hang out, and now they can go and get these wonderful stories as well.
Oh, it's so great. So come on down, get back into your local library, get your hands on these fantastic books, especially created for you and your family about Queensland stories. We hope to see you down there soon. Thank you, Laura.
My pleasure.